Hey, I am just getting connected live on Facebook. I think I'm live. If you know me at all, you know that I'm never sure if I'm live. That's the story of my life. All right. So, hello. It's been a long time since I have been on this page live. If you don't know me, I'm Amanda Davella, also known as the Wanderful Mom. And I I've been really taking some time to figure out like what the heck I'm doing with my life and my message and who I want to reach and help. Um, and I'm finally feeling like I am finding my way. It's been a long process, and I'm really excited to reconnect here and reconnect with those of you that are here, and then the people that will come in. When I first started The Wanderful Mom, I was a new mom with an infant and a dream to travel. That's all I knew. Like, I loved my family and I loved to travel, and I wanted to travel the world with my child. Obviously, right now, at the time I'm recording this, we are restricted in our travel. Although we finally did get off this island for 10 days and go to the Big Island. So if you don't know me, we moved to Maui right before the pandemic shut everything down in 2020. And we have been stuck here for over a year. And I say stuck here because being stuck on a small island seemed fine pre-pandemic because you could travel whenever, wherever. And then that happened. So it's been really hard for me to be stuck in one place. But we finally made it over to the Big Island, and it was glorious. And now I can't wait to get out traveling more and more. So I had a lot of time to really think about things, and I've been developing my online business. And what I keep coming back to is I really just want to empower women to follow their dreams and get out of that cookie cutter life, which is what I've been saying for years. So when I started this in 2017, that was like one thing I said over and over again is get out of the cookie cutter life. I left behind nursing and started working from home. I still did some nursing from home, like telehealth type of nursing for a couple of years. And now I solely freelance. And that's what I want to make sure that every mom knows, that they have options. They don't have to stay in, working in a job. They don't have to stay in corporate. They don't have to stay doing something that they hate, or even if they don't hate it, if they want to be home with their kids, they want to raise their kids differently. Those are options to every single mom. Not saying it's easy, but it's absolutely worth it. So today I just wanted to share a few things, how the Wanderful Mom has evolved and what you can expect to hear from me. When I first started this, I was just starting to wake up to another world of, other options besides, going to college, getting a degree, working yourself to death until you die, and now I've really seen how we have so much more control than we think we do or thought we did. So the number one thing, for the Wanderful Mom, for my existence is freedom of time, money, education for our children, whatever types of freedoms that you support or desire, or want to experience or want to continue to experience, that is your right. And more than ever, we are fighting for those freedoms. And I'm here to help empower you to find that freedom, to live free, whatever that means to you. So like, we're raising our child the way we choose to raise him, not how society has told us to raise him. We're raising him differently than we were raised. I'm not going to put him in public school, and that's my choice. I have nothing against people who do. Homeschooling, world schooling, wild schooling isn't for everybody. That's totally fine. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about is this is a judgment-free zone. I mean, if you come in and you're a total a-hole, then, we're going to have problems. Or you'll just get blocked. It's, that's that simple to me. But I want you to have a place that you can feel like you aren't going to be judged. And in the past, I have been very judgmental, mostly on myself, but also on other people who had different ideas. And what I've really learned over the last few years is that's just a waste of time and energy. Being judgmental, we don't have to agree on everything. It's totally fine. And for me, I give respect and expect respect. So if I'm talking about homeschooling or world schooling or wild schooling and you're not interested in that, that's fine. Like, keep on scrolling. If you hate everything I stand for, then unfollow. Like, it's that simple, right? But what I want is a place where people can come and talk about these things and really make connections and learn and understand without feeling judged. And I don't honestly talk about education, school, education, homeschooling, all of that very much because my kid's only 4, so we're not there yet. But it's something that I am researching and, starting to do a little bit. It's not formally yet since he's so young. But really what I envision is living the way that we were meant to, not being controlled by anybody, not being told how to live, where to live, what to do, what to buy, what not to do, that kind of thing. Another thing that's important to me is supporting local, supporting small businesses, supporting women who want to work or want to stay home with their kids, or they want to work at home with their kids like I do. There's no judgment, whatever works for you. Just because I don't have any desire to, have that corporate life anymore doesn't mean that's a bad thing. It doesn't mean you shouldn't. But if you're looking for something else, then that might be a good option for you. Just come and learn and have conversations with people. You never know. All I wanted to be since I was like 18 was a nurse. So I did it. And then I, started to get burnt out. After being a nurse for 10 years, I was burnt out. And now more than ever, I have a lot of issues with the health system here in the US. So I don't know if I'll ever be a nurse again. I know I want to help people. I want to help heal people. I think it's just going to be in a different way than traditional nursing, and that's totally okay. What else was I going to say? Really coming back to yourself, opening your mind and your eyes, and remembering who you are and that you're the director of your life. Like, that is so important. And it's taken me years to get to this place, and it's just part of the journey, right? So I'm here to share with you. I'm here to share my experiences, help you along your experience. And one thing that keeps coming into my head, especially when I'm meditating, is that everything in life is fluid. And you're allowed to change your mind. Like, it's okay to change your mind. And so, you might be for something one day, and then you get a new piece of information and you realize that's not your truth anymore. And that's okay. It's okay to change your mind. Another thing that keeps popping in my head is quality over quantity. You've probably heard this in a lot of different situations. But, especially, something a lot of us are dealing with right now is, relationships. For me specifically, friendships, even family relationships, because so many of us, have different opinions, and a lot of people get very emotional and can't have conversations about those things right now without getting very upset and fighting. So if you have been experiencing this, let me know in the comments, because I know I'm not alone. But, really thinking about the quality of your friendships and relationships in your life over quantity. I feel like with all of the craziness going on in the world right now, it's giving us that time to really look at who's in our lives and who should still be in our lives and who it's time to move on from. This is something I struggled with for so long, always thinking I had to keep all these connections with people from my past, friends from school and other situations, old jobs, that kind of thing. It was like so terrifying to like think of not being in touch with them. But when I realized is, people come into your life for a period of your life. Some people, of course, are in your life for a long time or maybe your whole life. But most people, they come and they play their part, you play your part, and you're not always going to be close. And that's okay. Like, I used to think that wasn't okay and that I had to do anything, bend over backwards, make myself miserable to preserve relationships that weren't serving me or weren't serving them anymore. And that's been one of those really freeing things is it's okay to lose touch with people. If they're meant to be in your life in the future, they'll show back up. And just a couple other things that I talk about, and I'm going to be talking about more, is, connecting to whatever you connect to, like whatever energy or source, the earth, spirit, God, whatever you believe in, really connecting with that, it has been transformational for me. And it's not what I was told to believe, right? So like when you're a kid and a lot of times in your younger adult years, you are just doing and reacting to things that you've been told to do. You believe things you were told to believe because of someone else's beliefs, whether it's your parents, grandparents, educators, whoever, friends. And so I really want to empower you to open yourself up to really connecting to figure out what it is you believe, not what other people have told you to believe. That's been really transformational for me as well. And then, one last thing before I sign off for today, but, teaching our children true health and wellness. This has always been a battle for me. I've struggled with body image issues my entire life. And I continue to. I'm definitely to that point where I, really don't give a crap what anyone thinks of me anymore, which is really freeing. That alone is so freeing. And not worrying about my body image for other people, but for how it makes me feel, for what my son is seeing, and just how I feel, and the connections in life that have to do with my body and health and wellness, trusting our immune systems and doing what we can to improve our health, but also enjoying life and, participating in moderation in all things. So that's like a whole another subject that I will dive into again at a later time. But what I want to leave you with is that all things are on the table here. We can talk about all things. Nothing is off the table. And I am so, I want to say sick and tired, exhausted of always worrying that I'm going to say the wrong thing or upset somebody. And I know a lot of people play small because they have those feelings. I know I have for a very long time, and I still struggle with it. And so just know that if I say something that offends you, instead of lashing out to me, think about why it offends you and deal with your crap, right? Like we can have a conversation, but attacking other people and making them feel bad for what they say or like they're crazy or stupid or wrong is never okay. And that's not what this space is for. So I definitely am open to conversations about things. We're probably not going to agree on everything, and that's okay. If you're too triggered, you can unfollow. But what I am hoping is that this will be a place for people to have real conversations, talk about other options that they might not realize that are open to them, and hopefully you can discover some new things that you connect with and that excite you and help you to make positive changes in your life. So anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know who is on here, and let me know if there's certain questions you have or topics you want to discuss, things you wanted to explore. Yeah, and I'm excited to be back here on this platform, connecting and empowering. So, all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.